Good morning, John. Today is Wednesday, July 14th. Last Wednesday, you talked about books, and I said I'd talk about the books that I was reading this Wednesday. The most recent book I've read is actually right behind me. That one right there. It is Harry Potter and the Deathly Hallows, the last Harry Potter book. And I've read it before, but I wanted to read it again because the movies are coming out soon and I wanted to be refreshed in the plot. And I like it, but there are things that I don't like about it. Rowling is an interesting author. She's decent at the plotting and pacing and characters, but she's not amazing. She gets lots of praise, but some of it's a little shallow and just, praising it for selling so well. Not that it's bad that it sold so well. I mean, reading is a good thing. But there are things that I would change about it. There are probably picky things that I just don't like and just bug me in general. And little fridge logic things that really don't matter unless you're overthinking it like I am. But the things that bother me the most are the female characters. They're kind of flat. Like, take for example Molly Weasley. She has no characterization beyond the fact that she's the mother of the Weasleys. It's kind of boring. It's kind of unrealistic. What did she do before then? Is she, and especially it's really apparent in the last book when she finishes off Voldemort's right-hand witch. Who knew she could do that? Which brings me to my second point, actually. The magic. It's not really defined. I mean, there's lots of fans who have created fan theories for how magic works, and fandom's important. I mean, George Lucas has built an empire on it. She pretends to have set up these rules and such for magic beforehand, but she never really talked about them in her books. The seventh book introduces one of the 5 essential exemptions to transmutation or something like that. That says, you can't create food from nothing. But never have they mentioned this before in the 7 books. They just sort of, magic food out of nowhere. And they've implied that it comes from somewhere a couple times. Like the house elves, transfer food between the 2 floors and everything. But they don't really discuss how all the food gets there all the time. I mean, it's not really important they do that, but they could have mentioned before that, you can't create food out of nothing, and you can't create gold out of nothing. But it just sort of gets glossed over. And they never really discuss how the magic really costs. Like, most magic systems have some sort of cost to doing it, magic. But there's no real apparent cost. The wizards don't get tired. They don't lose lifespan. They don't sweat. They just sort of, point their wand at something, say some magic words, and wiggle it around, and stuff happens. It's cool, but it's not very consistent. Consistency is important in a fantasy world. My last complaint about the book would be the Christian allegory. It felt forced and it cheapened the book. So that's all I really have time for to talk about Harry Potter. I am running a little short on time now, especially if I want to stay within the 5-minute video. And, well, if you really wanted to hear more about it, I recorded more, but you can talk to me on Skype. Get that set up, because we need some way to talk. Anyway, I will see you on Friday, and I believe you'll be making up band names. Good luck.